Hey guys, good morning. This is Cliff with Curry Custom Cutlery, and I'm doing something a little bit different, always trying new things. I thought I'd do a short live video while I'm disassembling and making a custom knife. This is a Benchmade 940 Osborne variant, I think, and in G10 this is a custom reblade from REK, Razor Edge Knives. A good friend of mine named Josh, he does amazing work. We're going to take this apart, we're going to put this in, we're going to check and see how we like it. We may decide to put the new scales on. Not sure I like the blue. Nothing wrong with some good old G10. So let's go ahead and start with the disassemble, and I'll look for people appearing into the stream. Tom, good morning. Hey, just trying a new technology here. I've actually got my glasses on, and we're checking out if this format works for people. It says I can bring you on camera. I'm sure you'd be thrilled about that. It looks like there's quite a little bit of delay too. I'm watching on my screen, and I don't know if you're seeing it in the delay or if you're hearing me now. I guess we'll figure that out later. Anyways, I've never taken one of these before. Never seen one of these before, and we're just going to go ahead and pop it apart. Carefully. Let's start with the pivot. Hey, good morning, Brennan. How's it going? We are taking apart a Benchmade 940, and then I'm going to go ahead and swap it out for a reblade. I haven't done this before. This is a Facebook Live, and I'm using my Meta glasses, so I'm open to feedback whether or not you guys can see this clearly. And I should be able to read comments. I haven't had anybody comment yet. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Just taking my time, taking these scales off. This is an Benchmade 940. I think it said Osborne, but I've never taken one of these apart, so I'm just taking my time, going slow, removing the side screws, the scales, the tiny little scales here, tiny little bit is the T6 for the scales. Now that should let this side come off. Beautiful. It's interesting how that comes in. So this little retained spot goes right there, and that holds that in place. Then there's this little clip. Of course, the blade's stupid sharp too. You don't want to get cut by that. I'm just going to go for the least amount of invasive material possible. So I'm going to take this little spring and take it off. There we go. Just slide it out. Yeah, perfect. I'm going to set it up. then I'm going to just use this to pop, holding everything else in place. Yeah, I just gotta get this apart. Just taking my time. So that's how this whole mechanism works. That's the lock mechanism, and it does have the spring in it. So it comes up and goes click. So I wonder if I take that out. Seems like it's still Chad, good morning. Welcome to the monkey show here. I'm fiddling with, I've never taken one of these apart before. This is a Benchmade 940, and it came apart pretty easy with the tiny little T6 screws on the scale, and I've got the pivot out, but now I'm looking to see how we get the rest of it apart. And it doesn't look like it's super easy. The axis lock itself, this part, hopefully everyone had a good Christmas. I'm recording with the Meta glasses, so playing with those things on my head. I did not watch a video how to take these things apart before I did, and maybe I should go do that. But this little pivot right here, the axis lock pivot, is holding the spacer plate in place. Joshua, good morning. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are doing good. Sorry to hear about your van, man. Well, shoot. I wonder if I can just pop this center out. I can. Look at that. Alright. So I'm not going to take the pivot off. I'm just going to actually take the axis, the pivot nut out, not the axis. And then we're going to see what we can do from there. Okay, we should have a copper washer dropping out. There we go. Put that over here. And then I'm just push this the rest of the way out. Jason, good morning. Merry Christmas. How you doing, buddy? There we go. So I was able to get the old blade out, So what we started with here, this is a Benchmade 940 with G10 scales. This original steel was S30V, and what we're doing is I'm replacing it with this custom blade regrind. The regrind is made by Razor Edge Knives. Actually, the story is he's one of the guys that was inspirational to me as a sharpener when I was starting out. He's an amazing sharpener that used to be with the Wicked Edge forums, which is where I learned how to sharpen. And at that time, he was doing some of the highest quality, world-class mirror polished edges I'd ever seen. And the cool thing about Josh was that he was giving of his time. He never put anybody down. He was always there to help people, and that inspired and motivated me to follow in his footsteps. And so I've been a big fan of his and a friend of his for 10 years. And at a certain point, his name of his business, if you wanted to enjoy something to go look at, it's Razor Edge Knives, REK. And if you go out to his website, you can see some of the most amazing work he's done. And what he branched off into is, after mastering mirror polished edges, and I know people don't, it's not a functional edge. It's for, if you got $1,000 knife, who do you trust to put a flawless mirror polished edge on it? These are the guys that you didn't even know they're out there. Similar to like Ryan Swanson with thinning of a Japanese knife. There's nobody I would trust more to thin my Japanese $1,000 knife. If I had a $1,000 pocket knife, this is the guy I would send it to. And then he went off and he branched off into regrinds, which arguably is even harder than putting a mirror polished edge on. Actually, not arguably. And so he could take a blade and then regrind it to a zero grind, satin polish, stone wash. And then he began making his own custom blades. And so this is a limited edition, reground, custom made blade. It's not a regrind, I keep saying that. If anybody knows me, knows that words are tough for me sometimes. So he designed this blade to go into this knife as an upgrade or something completely different. I think this blade's actually quite fugly, to tell you the truth. But I'm pretty excited to try and put this into here. And I'll quit jibber jabbing and we'll try and get it done. So what we're going to do is, we got that one there. I'm going to put, this could be a little tricky. So I'm going to try to get just a hair of that up, so that that washer will stay into place. And then I'm going to use this to set that washer right there. And then I'm going to put this right on top of it. And then I'm going to get that to come up. Oh, right. Alright, let's get that out of the way. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Now we just need to get the other copper washer on top. I know you guys probably can't see perfectly. Alright. This one's going to be a little tighter. Almost there, actually. Yeah, right there. I'm just getting the other copper spacer washer into place. So it's got copper washer, or it might be bronze. There we go. And once you got that into place, boom. Now, that's all there is to it. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it back together here. I'll start with the pivot, just to hold the whole assembly in place and stop the bushings and everything from squirreling away. Oh shit, no. Sorry. I forgot. I got all excited. Okay, back up. Okay, this little spring clip goes on. And it clipped on right here. Just like that. And then this little back end little piece goes right over there. And that's all there is to that. Now, put it all together. Perfect. Click, click, clip. So a lot of you guys know, way back in history, I started out being an electronic or electromechanical repairman. And that's what I did for 20 years or so. So I used to take apart computers, copiers, fax machines, telephones, answering machines, you name it. I was the guy that took it apart and put it back together. Which was a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and get this one down here at the end into place. And we'll get this little one right here into place. One of the interesting things is, as I've gotten older, my eyesight has gone, as it does, which is hilarious and scary at the same time. So what I'm doing is I'm using that so that I can get this screw here. Nope, don't want to go. Maybe we'll loosen up the pivot just a little bit. And then I can wedge that up in. Doesn't want to go. Get up in there. So it's a little liner is what it is. Let's try and get the other one in. Thanks, Jason. Oh, there we go. Now this one should lock in. And we're good. Oh my God. Let's adjust the tension. Take it all the way down tight and then loosen it up a crack. Oh my goodness. Got a little bit of side-to-side blade play. If you're a sharpener and pocket knives aren't your thing, then you're missing out on half your market. If you're a kitchen knife sharpener and you don't know about pocket knives, so there's side-to-side blade play. People really love their pocket knives. Okay, that got rid of the side-to-side. Look at the action on that. Wow. So that is taking a 940 Osborne or a Benchmade 940 and turning it into a completely different knife and a one-of-a-kind. At some point I'll probably replace the scales. This, yeah, sorry if there's a delay. There's actually about a 30-second delay, Jason. What I was saying is this blade was reground by my friend Josh at Razor Edge Knives. He creates custom blade upgrades that are designed to mate to existing manufactured products. So it'd be like taking a Ford Mustang and putting a different engine in it but keeping the chassis or the frame. And this is made out of MagnaCut steel, which I think they don't make anymore. Yeah, it's made right there. It says MagnaCut. And this is he does these limited edition sprint runs where he custom ground this shape. Excellent jimping. And it's designed to take the Benchmade and turn it into a completely different knife. I had him do a custom acid stonewash on mine as well. Screwdriver kit is just a small one. There's actually a really good brand. I think it's called Wahiha, W-I-H-A, and that kit's of course downtown. Here's the scales I was considering putting on it. I don't know if you can see them. They got a little blue tint, and I'm not in love with it. The other scales I have several of these projects, and now these, when we were at the Wolf Show, I actually went to Cabela's and bought a Benchmade because in order to become an authorized Benchmade dealer, it's a hard process. So I bought one. Just because I wanted to see what they were all about, and they're actually really lightweight and a really sturdy little, well, sturdy for a cheap little knife, a plastic knife. But what I'm considering doing is putting these scales on this one, and I think that will look pretty cool. Maybe do gold accents to match the gold thumb stud. It's fine out of box, but for guys that like to customize their stuff, and I think this sort of silvery gray would make a really cool, I don't know. This is so rustic. I don't want to try to have it be contrasting or conflicting. That right there is a perfectly good knife, just like that. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to jump on. This is my first attempt using the Meta Live glasses and doing a live Facebook. And I thought it would be a great practice since I'm sitting out here in the backyard. And check out this new blade thing. And so I'm going to call that a success and sign off, you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You guys have a safe New Year. If you're blowing stuff up, have fun. And I appreciate you guys coming and checking it out. I'll talk to you guys later. Aloha.